All right. Good evening, everybody. Happy Tuesday night. Thank you so much for joining us on our Teams Zoom. I appreciate you. I know there were some of you that mentioned you couldn't get on live, so we are recording it and it will be uploaded to the YouTube channel tomorrow, which by the time you're seeing the recording, you will have already been on the YouTube channel watching the recording. So what I just told everybody was actually, just for those present to know that it'll be there. Welcome. Thank you for hopping on. It is great to see your faces. And tonight I want to start with a couple of things, a couple of my own announcements, and then we're going to dive into a fun little activity to start the call. And then we're going to talk about the latest incentive and cheer everybody on, because everybody that is on this screen is going to be sitting in those purple and green camp chairs. So I'm just saying it's going to happen. We've eliminated the need for going over announcements on our Tuesday Zooms, because now everybody is receiving, or should be receiving, a weekly update with everything that's happening in Scentsy for the week. If you are not receiving that, although I believe that you are, if you have not received it either via text or email, then let your upline director know, and they'll make sure that you receive that. So we're keeping everybody in the loop a little bit better, without having to log into the workstation and check the announcements. We're keeping everybody in the loop on a weekly basis. If you are registered for convention for SFR, there will be information coming very soon to your email, letting you know about the planning and about what's happening and about t-shirts and the Facebook page for SFR, all of that good stuff. So stay tuned to your email for that. That'll be forthcoming. And I might have said this last Tuesday. I know I said it to the leaders right before this call, but I'm really excited about the engagement posts on Together We Scent. There is a lot more interaction and activity, mostly business related, but a lot of personal or just fun related as well. So if you scroll by one of those cute graphics that says like Share It Saturday or Snapshot Sunday or Motivation Monday, just drop a heart, do what the post asks, engage with us a little bit on the page. I go back and I read every single thing that somebody comments on any of those posts that I've been sharing. So I love seeing what you share. I love getting to know you more. And I love that it makes me feel like we are a community that is all encompassing, not just Scentsy related. And so I'm excited about it. And so I hope it trickles down to you guys as well. And let's have fun on those pages. I have some great things planned coming up in the short run. So be on the lookout for those. And in the meantime, you might catch a really good post about how to make samples in a melter by throwing the felt all in at once. Was that like an aha moment for anybody? Because I know that even for me, I literally was thinking, you take tweezers, you dip the felt, you take it out. You take tweezers, you dip the felt, you take it out. And I'm thinking, what a genius idea to put some cubes of wax and all the felt into the melter and take them out. I mean, even 15 years later, aha moments still happen. So you never know. You might scroll past one of those and be like, hey, that's a really good idea. So
Melissa, does that Wendy and I were talking about that today, does that absorb right through each one of the felts?
It does.
It does. Okay.
Yeah. 100% soaks the felt. And when they're full, whatever wax is left in the melter, pour it right back into the bar.
I did it tonight. It works.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it works pretty
fast,
quickly, right?
Yep.
Like it is it's pretty funny.
Like a magic trick.
There was something very satisfying about watching that video. I know somebody agrees with me. There was something satisfying. I might have watched it like 6 times because I'm like, oh, it was, yeah. Anyhow, I did just see really quickly, and Irene, I see your hand up. Give me 1 second. Where did she go? Nicole just popped on, and Nicole, you are back with Scentsy, and we are really, really excited that you're here. So welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank you for getting on tonight.
You're welcome.
This is great. Okay, Irene, you had your hand up.
Melissa, I got a question on the felt. Can you just like go to the dollar store and buy the white felt, or do you have to order it from Scentsy itself?
You do not have to order it from Scentsy. You can use any felt, and you can
Okay.
cut them into the size that you want. You can use whatever will max. If you buy a felt square, cut them into little squares, maximize that felt, but felt is felt. And when you take them out of the melter, lay them on parchment paper. Somebody else might have an idea of what they do. Where do you set them?
I put them on wax paper.
Wax paper, parchment paper. Yep. And let them dry, and you're good to go.
See, that video that you were talking about, I thought was really satisfying too, because I was like you, tweezers, dip it in, take it out, tweezers, dip it in, take it out. So whoever put that video up, thank you very much. And that's it's very helping too.
Good.
Thank you.
I'm so glad. Janie.
KJ's trying to get into the chat, or get into the Zoom here.
Thank you.
I have found it's easier to cut the firm felt as opposed to the real soft, flimsy felt, if that makes a difference for you guys.
And
It's just easier.
I'd have to believe the firm felt might hold a little tiny bit more in it than the felt that's very flimsy and you can see through. But
I
felt
think
is
so.
so okay, very cool. Anybody else, this is just a random question. Anybody else find, yep, and then Jackie, I see you. Anybody else find it oddly satisfying when you put a cotton cleanup or a cotton ball in your melted wax also, and you watch it like, there's something, I love using the cotton cleanups to clean out the wax. It is so satisfying to me. Anyway, Jackie.
I don't know if this is going to be a dumb question because I've never made felt samples. Do people put it in their warmers, or are they just
You
smelling? Okay.
Yep, you can. And if you do that, you want, typically the label would say something to the effect of use this in your warmer, or some people prefer that people don't put them in their warmer and they just use them to smell. I mean, what has been your experience, Janie, Nicole? What, do you go along the lines with put it in your warmer, don't put it in your warmer? Amy's holding something up. Read it, Amy.
I usually suggest to them that they can use it in like a mini warmer or something, but they're not going to get a lot of use out of it because there's not as much wax in it as a normal sample.
It's
so
just
I tell them
fragrance experience.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, so I just put like it's just a little thing in there, and it basically just says felt wax sample. Due to warmer weather, I am switching to felt samples, wax samples, plus North Carolina's unpredictable weather equals disaster. A felt wax sample also travels better due to it lying flat and resists melting. The felt reabsorbs the wax when it starts to melt. So basically it just kind of lets them know that you can put it in your warmer. But yeah, when I do a felt sample, I'll just stick that in there. So they kind of understand what it is.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, because if you don't include any kind of wording with it, people don't know what to do with it. And so just something that lets them know what your intention is great. Okay, so to start us tonight, and then we're going to talk about this third level of the incentive, which everybody has the opportunity to earn. So the Find Your Focus incentive, that is what we're going to talk about tonight. But before we do that, I want to know from you, what was the very first Scentsy scent that you warmed, and why did you choose that fragrance? Okay, Cassie, you're first on my screen, so you're going first.
Okay, so I think one of the first Scentsy scents I warmed was My Wish.
Okay.
And it was probably part of the purchase I made from my very first purchase as a customer even before consultant time came around. So no specific love reason for it, but just that's the one I had.
Okay. All right, Debbie Kuna.
So the first one I smelled was Welcome Home, and one of my coworkers, her aunt sold Scentsy, and so she was having a book party and she put it in the staff bathroom. And I just remember walking to this bathroom, how amazing it smelled. And that's what got me hooked.
Love it. Janie, Sugar.
Yep, Sugar. Yep, that's it. And for the life of me, I don't know why, but the gal would come in and she'd say, I have a bunch of samples, and they were on like a paint strip. like all together in like little flip caps.
Yeah.
And I said, no, I don't want to smell anything. I want a catalog, couple light bulbs and a 6-pack of sugar. That's all I ever want. That's all I ever bought.
Yep.
So you walked in, Melissa.
And sugar led you to the business.
Yep.
Did. That's great. Jody, do you remember?
Yeah, black raspberry vanilla. And my first experience with Scentsy was my starter kit. I had never warmed it. I saw Kelly at a festival and she gave me the kit. My mom and I and my sister went away for a weekend for my 40th birthday, and we sat there in the hotel room and smelled scents. And then I had a launch party at my house, and that was my first one, my first experience ever. So
I love
here
it.
I am, almost
So
13 years later.
Black raspberry vanilla hooked you. Here's a fun fact if you didn't know about black raspberry vanilla. If you have a warmer dish that looks gunky, you know, like there's brown buildup or it's just you haven't cleaned it in a while, you can put a cube or 2 cubes of black raspberry vanilla in that dish and it will clean all the gunk out of your warmer dish. So there's something in black raspberry vanilla that gets it cleans the dishes. So it's the magic wax. And it was also magic for Jody. So Ginger, what was the first scent? And I have to know, Ginger, how excited are you for the mini fan in the whiff box?
You already know.
I already know. I literally thought of you.
As soon as I seen that,
Yeah. I just thought it was really funny because
so many people said, "Oh my God, they've got you written all over it."
Is that what?
They said this has you written all over it. Like
Yes.
I've had so many people say that to me,
Yes.
and I'm like, "Okay, would you like to buy one?" I haven't sold one yet.
Well, you have to
Like, this is
yourself.
crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna get myself one, but
Are they,
yeah.
is it considered, anybody, is that considered cheetah, leopard? What is it? What's it considered? I don't know, but it looks like cheetah or leopard. There's a mini fan.
It's cheetah.
I think it's cheetah.
Cheetah. So there's a cheetah mini fan in the whiff box this month. So if you didn't see it on the post on Together We Scent, or you hadn't seen it floating around there, people are excited about it. And so Cassie's holding it up. It's kind of hard to see it. You got to move it closer. But that is a cheetah print mini fan right there. So that's exciting. Okay, Ginger, what was the first scent that you warmed?
The first scent I ever warmed was banana nut bread.
Okay.
Years and years and years ago. But my favorite is grape. I can't remember what it,
Grape
if it was.
granita?
Yes. That's always been my favorite. So hopefully if it comes back, it just never gets voted back for some reason, you know, for bring back bars.
Great. Oh, grape has been voted back a couple times. Grape.
Has it?
Yeah, grape. So
It's
don't
in
lose,
my club, Chicky.
don't lose all your hope.
Yeah.
I'll come back.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
just found a couple people that have access to it. So isn't that great? That's awesome. Jackie, what was your first scent? Thanks, Jen.
I think my first one that I can remember is Route 66 because it smells like a freshly laundered and hot showered man. That's what
Okay.
it's sexy. So that's all I can think. That's the oldest one I can think of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. Thank you. Wendy.
I think it was vanilla bean buttercream because back then I remember always using vanilla candles. And so that was like the first wax bar that I would try.
Yeah.
So, but I'm totally fruity now. Totally.
Okay. I love it. Kristen. So, we have 2 Kristens on, right? Is Kristen Simpson still on? So, Kristen.
Yep. Okay.
So both Kristens. Both Kristen.
Oh, which one?
No, you go first. You go
Okay.
first.
My very first one was a mixer that was consisting of Mystery Man and Shimmer and was dubbed Edward Cullen, I think it was.
Okay.
Because it was right when Twilight was huge, and I'm a big Twilight fan. And was totally Team Edward. So just the name alone alone
We'll get it eventually.
got me interested. And so I got the 2 cents and mixed that. So, yeah, right.
I love it. I love it. Thank you, Kristen. Okay, Kristen.
Okay. I think mine was banana nut bread also. If I remember correctly. That one hooked me pretty good.
Yeah, I love it. That's great. There is also, if that ever comes back there and you're making samples of it, there is on, you can Google it, Heidi Thompson's banana nut bread recipe. And it's really cute. It's whoever did the digital recipe, it's adorable. And anytime that banana nut bread comes out or comes back, people like to include the recipe for Heidi Thompson's banana nut bread with that sample. So that's
And
just
it's
a little fun fact
very,
for you.
very yummy. It's like really good.
Yeah.
Because I've made it several times.
Oh, well, thank you for that testimonial, Jody. All right, Irene, your favorite or first fragrance that you warmed.
Hug in a Mug. My daughter sent it to me. She's the one that actually got me into Scentsy.
Okay.
Because I've never heard of it before. So she called me and said, Mom, I'm sending you some samples, and guess what? You're signing up.
Oh, I love it. Well,
So
and do you still love Hug in a Mug?
I do. I'm hoping it comes back because I love the smell of the chocolate.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of a Hershey candy bar.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you, Irene.
You're welcome.
Amy Abs, what about you?
I think it was Sunkissed Citrus. I'm pretty sure, but I remember the washer whiffs. Like I used to get them in the washer whiffs all the time.
Huh.
And that was like my favorite.
Sunkissed. And do you still love it today?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Good. All right, Nicole, can you not Guziak? So we have Nicole, then Nicole. Nicole, is it Van Heidsma?
Van Heidsma.
Van Heidsma. Okay, I was close. Do you remember what your first fragrance was?
I think it was fried ice cream.
Fried ice cream.
At least it's the first one I remember. So.
I actually might even still have that right in front of me. That was a good one, huh? That was popular.
Yeah.
No.
I like the homey, cozy smells. So I think the girl that I was under at the time, she had let me borrow some of her stuff for my first party, and that's how I was turned to it. So
Well, good. Thank
Well,
you.
Yeah. Thanks.
All right, Nicole Guziak. What was yours?
Okay, so there's a couple that I remember buying prior to joining. So Black Raspberry Vanilla was one of them, and it was in my kit. So that's like my scent that's like home for me. The other one is Tropical Twist, which was out in like 2010, 2009 maybe. Very fruity. Not Tropic Tango, not Sunkissed Citrus.
Yeah. Huh. Okay. So hence why you're in the fruity category for SFR.
Yes, correct.
Awesome. Thank you. Cindy.
Mine was My Home.
Okay.
And I just fell in love with it. It's like really welcoming, like I don't know, like a good welcoming home scent.
That is an excellent fragrance. And for those that have been around a long time, it used to be called Home Sweet Home. And then it was changed to My Home. Same fragrance, but boy, that
and then it finally came back and it's in my club.
Nice. Good to know. Good to know. Lydia.
I'm going to go way back to 2009, and it's a toss-up between Satin Sheets and Taj Mahal. I think Taj Mahal was that year. If not, it was right after that. But
that was really early on.
Yeah, I just used my last square of it, like right before we went on the cruise, and I'm so sad. But it still smelled. I mean, it made my whole bedroom smell. So,
yeah,
if anybody has it. I'm trading.
Does anybody else keep their favorite fragrances that they're stashing in the freezer? So my whole freezer that is in the garage, the fridge part is used for drinks, but the entire upper freezer is bars. And it's the ones where I'm like, okay, I'm going to pull one out of the vault and actually use it. They're the ones I can't get anymore. It was before always get my bar. But the little tidbit there is that the freezer will keep the bars forever. I have some bars that have been in there for 10 years and they are still perfect and they still melt the same. So that's a little tidbit for you. If you have a favorite and you just want to hang on to it so you can pull it out and smell it and put it back in because you don't want to use it, the freezer will keep it from going gross. So that's a little fun fact for you. Amber Roush.
Sorry, you
That's
had me crazy. I really don't remember the name of it. It was like 2011 or 2012. It was something berry. I loved the tester of it, but when I got the bar, it smelled like a urinal cake.
Like a what?
A urinal cake. Like a guy's restroom's urinal cake. So needless to say, that was not a favorite.
And and yet here you are. So I'm happy to see that you found something that was a little bit better than that one.
It ended up being baked apple pie, but that was the very first one, was something berry. And I love the tester though, but I was like, if that one ever comes back, I'm not ever going to mention that one to anybody.
That's so funny. Thank you. All right. Vanessa Weiss, I saw you pop on really quickly. I think that maybe you were going to.
Yes, I have something in my eye. Sorry.
That's okay.
But mine was from 2013. It was Christmas Cottage that got me.
Yes. Good old Christmas Cottage. That is one of the ones like you smell it and it just instantly takes you to like the first time that you smelled it or something that it reminds you of, or that is just such a great fragrance. So I love that. Thank you. And it's great to see your face. Okay. That leaves us with Jerry, Alyssa, KJ. So either any of you, let's see, let's go Alyssa.
The first scent that got me hooked was Shimmer.
Okay.
And then when I ended up signing on to be a consultant, that was in my startup kit.
Oh, nice.
So it was pretty much Shimmer everything. And I lucked out and I kept it in my club for the laundry stuff because I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
I still have some.
Shimmer is a popular one. Thanks, Alyssa.
Thank
KJ,
you.
do you remember?
Yeah, it was apple and cinnamon sticks.
And cinnamon sticks. Awesome.
I'm the spice. I like the spice. I'll warm that sometimes in the middle of July just because.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's comforting to me.
That's great. Thanks, KJ. All right, Jerry.
I don't know how to get on there.
Oh, that's okay. We can hear you.
Oh, my favorite for when I first started doing Scentsy was Simply Vanilla.
Oh my goodness.
Back in I think 2010. And I can see you guys, but I can't get on there. I don't know how to get on.
There is there will be a button that says start video, or it looks like video, or stop video, or video.
All I see is you guys, and I see your mute button on, but I don't know how to get on there to be a part of it. So I'm just here.
Well, I'm glad that you are here. Thanks for getting on.
Okay. Thank you for getting me on there.
Of course. And Shannon, I don't know if you're there or not, but did you want to share?
Hey, I'm here. I want to say it was Go-Go Mango.
Okay.
I want to say it was.
Go-Go Mango. That's what did it.
It's not my fave, but Blue Grotto is my jam.
Yeah, that's a good strong one for sure.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And Blue Grotto is Orville Thompson's favorite scent. Just a little tidbit for you, for all of you. Okay. Before we talk about the incentive, so thank you for everybody for sharing. And I love
yours, Melissa.
Oh yeah, me. So the first scent I ever smelled was Perfectly Pomegranate. That is what my sister was using in her house when I was first introduced to Scentsy. And so for me, Perfectly Pomegranate always takes me back to why I started a business. I just couldn't believe that you could leave the house and leave a candle going and the house smelled amazing when you came back. So to me, I was sold not only on the fragrance, but the fact that that was genius. And so perfectly pomegranate. That's what did it for me. This is what the bars looked like 15 years ago. So different than what you're used to now with the classic curve, but it was 6 cubes of wax. And this is what it looked like, generic packaging and the old logo. And this one was truffles, which makes me think, Irene, you might like it because it's really chocolatey. But one of the fragrances that was my favorite when I first started was Mysterious. I still have 4 cubes left, but Mysterious, for some reason, this is the fragrance that when I smell it, it literally takes me back to my first year in Scentsy. This is the fragrance that takes me back. And I still have it for nostalgia. So, okay. The Find Your Focus incentive. All of you have the opportunity to earn this incentive. It is plain and simple. You sell 100 bars of Scentsy wax and 25 packs of Scentsy pods between now and the end of July. Here's the beautiful thing that I want to make sure everybody knows. Every bar and every pod counts. So if you get the whiff box and there's a pod pack in the whiff box this month, that counts as one of your pods for the incentive. Your host rewards count for, so if you have, you close out a party and half price items are used on bars, free product is used on bars, those bars count as part of your 100. If you get the scent of the month kit or the scent and warmer of the month kit, those 9 bars that are in, it's 9, right? Still 9, 8, 9, 8, 9 bars that come in the scent of the month kit, those count toward your 100. So any bar in a whiff box, scent and warmer of the month, free, half price, perpetual party award, online orders. Did I leave anything out? Any of those bars count because
Scentsy
it
Club
is,
orders too.
and club orders. Scentsy Club orders also count. So if you have a Scentsy Club that has 12 bars of wax in it, those 12 bars will count toward your 100 bars. So I'm telling you, there is, I did the math because you know that I love to break things down. In order to earn the incentive for the bars, you need to sell 1.6 bars of wax a day before the end of June or before the end of July, and you will have sold your 100 bars. Now, pods, that may take a little bit more effort on your part if that isn't something that you have a bunch of return customers coming back to you for. So it's going to take a little bit of promotion on your part, sharing the mini fan, sharing the Scentsy Go, sharing the wall fan diffuser, sharing the air purifier. Those are the products that use the pods. And so 25 packs of pods gets you there. But like I said, if you get the whiff box, that you already have 1 or 2 packs of pods counted for you from your 25. I want to ask, so this is not a race. Selling the 100 bars and selling the 25 pod packs is not a race. You have until the end of July to do it. Some people like to challenge and race themselves and earn the incentive on day 1. And I mean, you know, we all look up to you and bow and say, oh my gosh, you are amazing. But Cindy, will you and Jackie tell us, how did you do it? You've already earned level 3 of the incentive. So give us some tips, pointers. How did you do it?
So when they were talking about it and announced it on the end of month call, I was like, I want to do this day 1. So I was already like really determined, you know. So next day I pulled a sales report for the pods because I knew that would be harder than selling the wax. And I sent out a message on my project broadcast to all those people that use pods, you know, just kind of following up if they need a restock. And I let them know that we had some pods in our clearance section because those count. So, and I listed those, and that's what got me the pods. And then for the wax, again, I just did follow up with customers that haven't ordered in a while, or ones that order monthly from me. I just let them know, hey, you know, we're challenged for a new incentive and I'm trying to sell 100 bars today. And some of them said, sure, let me get your website so I can look, or do you have any, because I like to post 6-pack pics all the time, flyers of basically, you know, 6-pack pics, like fruity bundles or different kinds of bundles. And so I sent them some of those and they just chose one. So that made it easier too. So that's kind of what I did, just follow it up and one-on-one communication. I mean, I did post it in my VIP page and on my personal page about it, but you can't just, like we say all the time, you can't post and pray. Do the one-on-one communication. That's what's going to get you there.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
So
Thank you, Cindy.
that's what did it for me.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Jackie.
And unlike Cindy, I got it on day 3. So, but as soon as I saw the animal print diffuser in the Scentsy Whiff box, I literally reached out to all of my animal print lovers because I too love animal print. And then I posted a picture of me holding a 6-pack of wax on my social medias, like my YouTube, my Instagram, and said, I've been challenged to sell, 17 6-packs and 25 pods. And then I closed out my own personal party because I had one like hanging over from May. But basically, kind of like Cindy, I reached out to a couple of people and said, hey, I'm so close to this. Not like you said, it's not a race. It's not who's going to do it first. We saw someone do it in an hour. That's not how we did it, but it just not posting and praying. Like I reached out, that's the biggest key, like follow up. It was huge. And then Scentsy Club, I had 2 club orders come through and that finished the deal. Yeah. And I know we preach a lot about that, but literally Scentsy Club is where it's at. And I didn't share this last week, but I had 2 orders of $200 of people go through last month. That was $400 of PRV that literally I did not work for. That happens every 3 months.
Because they have Scentsy Club.
Because they have Scentsy Club. And as soon as my 2 posted on June 3rd, I was like, there's my incentive and I'll be sitting in those chairs.
That's awesome. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. So if you, on your workstation there's the whole menu of different tabs in your workstation. There is an incentive tab. And if you click on it, that gives you the FAQ for the incentive. It shows you the prize for this current incentive. It gives you it tracks your progress. So every single day it updates and it lets you know how many bars and how many pods you have sold toward the incentive. So that is available to you on your workstation. I know some people love to track things by hand. So we did print some trackers or post some trackers on the team page. If you are a pretty color marker fill-in type of paper and pencil or paper and marker gal, then that is available for you. But the workstation is also counting for you. I think the key here really is following up with people that have not ordered in 2 months, 3 months. You have access obviously to your workstation to pull up your order history. Even if you don't want to get fancy with learning how to run a sales report, pull up your order history and just go line by line in your order history and look at when they placed their order. What did they order? Check their orders and see if they ordered 6 bars of wax 3 months ago and 3 of those bars of wax are still available. You can reach out and say, hey, I have an order going in. Would you like me to tack on a bar of baked apple pie, whatever their 3 bars were that they ordered 3 months ago? Would you like me to tack on this bar, this bar, this bar for you? The more you can look to your customer like you know exactly what they like or love or what they ordered before, the more apt they are to say yes. If you reach out and say, I have an order going in, want anything? As opposed to, hey, Cindy, I have a Scentsy order going in. I know that 3 months ago you ordered this, this, and this. Would you like me to reorder those bars for you? Either they'll say, I'm still good. They'll say yes, or they'll say, I actually didn't really like this one. And so you now make a note of the bars that your customers did like out of the ones that they purchased, or maybe the ones that they didn't like out of the ones that they purchased, but it at least gives you an opportunity to have more conversation and dialogue, and it's more of a catered message to them. The more you're able to cater a message to a customer, the more apt they are to make a purchase. When somebody feels special, there's more connection to you, and there is more of that desire to say yes to you. So keep that in mind. So going through your order history one by one, and not just posting and praying and hoping people place an order online that helps you hit the incentive. You do have to be intentional, and you do have to pay attention. If you want to earn this incentive, how many bars are you away from earning it? How many pods away are you from earning it? And if pods, like I said, are not something that come easily to you, then it is time for you to feature one of the products that features pods. And again, not just posting, but even going back to your order history and saying, I know that you love wax because I can see your order. You're not going to say that, but I know that you love wax, but I wanted to let you know that baked apple pie also comes in Scentsy pods. Have you seen our mini fan diffuser? And there are pictures, and I don't know if that post went live just yet, but there are no, I think it's Thursday. There's going to be a Thursday I have planned. There will be a post all about pods with tons of pictures that you can use to promote the pod products and pods to your customers. But planting that seed of, have you tried our mini fan diffusers? I absolutely love it in my car, and I love it plugged into my laptop when I'm sitting at my desk. That's just me. Tell your customer your experience. What is it that you love? How do you like to use the mini fan diffuser? And if you don't have a mini fan diffuser, I encourage you to get one for your own personal use. The more that you fall in love with the product, the more you are able to tell people why you love it, so that they can see they need it as well. Also, if you place an order for a mini fan diffuser and a pack of pods for yourself, guess what? Those pods count towards your incentive. So doesn't matter who they're for, doesn't matter if you get them for half off, doesn't matter if they're free, they still count toward your incentive. Anybody else want to share how they are reaching this goal, what you've done so far, a celebration because you got an order for a certain amount that counts towards your incentive? Anybody want to share?
Melissa, I
Yeah.
want to say something else. I'm sorry. Another way that I sell a lot of fan diffusers or wall fan diffusers and stuff is I let people know with small children. Now, I don't have kids, but I have nephews and nieces. I always tell them, you can't spill the wax, you can't break it. I say, I don't kick it and stomp on it, but the cat or dog can knock it out of the wall socket. And it's almost like people are like, oh, wow. Or even in a half bath, they know that they can't knock the wax out. And so that's kind of a real big pull that people kind of enjoy about that. And it doesn't melt in the car. I'll say you can get up to 90 degrees here in Michigan. I've had no issues. My car still smells good. So that is something that I share with people because it's not hot wax.
Yeah.
I do the same because I tell them that it's great for lower outlets and entryways, especially if you have kids or clumsy pets. Like my dog is super clumsy and always knocks mine out. So
yes, I love that. One of my absolute favorite reasons to sell a pod product is because none of them are as breakable as a warmer, as a mini warmer or an actual warmer. And so they're so easy. Of course, my Scentsy Go sits right here on my desk. But they're so easy to just toss in a bag, toss in a gym bag, toss in your purse, toss in your carry-on, toss in your luggage. And you can take the pod products anywhere with you. So a mini fan, or not a mini fan, but a wall fan diffuser, it's plastic. So you don't have to worry. I just put the pods right in it, put it together and throw it in my suitcase, and it travels with me. The Scentsy Go, it holds 2 pods. So When's the last time you featured the Scentsy Go for somebody? When's the last time you told people why they need and why you love the wall fan diffuser? I love the wall fan diffuser not only because it's portable and it travels well and it's not breakable and I can't spill it, but I also love it because I don't have to change the wax as often. So I like to put this in places where I'm not going to be changing wax every other day. And so this is also a great thing to have where you can kind of set it and forget it for a little bit. So anybody else?
Yeah, and to that point, Melissa, this is a tactic I use all the time with the pods and the diffusers because I travel for work every once in a while. Beach season's coming up. You can throw it in a bag and take it in Airbnb or in a hotel, and just makes it feel like a little more like home. And it's something easy, and you can just throw in a suitcase or whatever. So that's something that I use all the time.
Yes,
as a selling tactic.
I love that. Yeah, you have to put in people's minds how they can use it, how you use it, so it gives them ideas. That's an excellent idea. That's great. Thanks for sharing. Okay, it took us all the way to the top of the hour, so we're going to wind down. You guys, I appreciate you so much. We are cheering you on. Every single person can be sitting in these camp chairs. This is the perfect time to challenge yourself to earn this little segment of an incentive, setting you up to fall, because the next incentive will begin August 1st. And so get yourself in the habit and in the mode of tracking, of knowing what you have to do to accomplish a goal, and being intentional with how you're going to achieve that goal. It's great to see your faces. I appreciate all of you, and I'll see you tomorrow if you are available. Virtual Cubicle is moving to Wednesdays. So it used to be on Fridays, but for the summer, we're going to move it to Wednesdays. So starting tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern time, we open up a Zoom link and we show up and we work on things, and we bounce ideas off of each other, and we share graphics, and we even if you can pop in for a minute, you can pop in for an hour, whatever. I know some of you aren't able to get on during the day because of full-time jobs and other obligations. We do Virtual Cubicle at night, at least once a month. And so you can watch for that. That will be coming. But tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern time, it'll be posted on Together We Scent, and you are welcome to join us if you're available. Thanks for tuning in tonight, you guys. I appreciate you. Have a great night.
Night.
Night.